Hey guys, welcome to another video. I just want to touch up a bit about the mall, mainly for new players coming to WoW-Mania. A lot of them just get the WoW-Mania teleport stone in their bag, and then they ask on World Chat, what is this and what's it for? So here's a little bit of info. When you use it, you'll spawn in here, and you'll see the whole mall area. Don't worry too much about what's out here at the start. There's just a couple of training dummies, elevator to get up to the next floor, which I'll show you later in the video. And there is a death run over here, which is an obstacle course, which you'll need to be at level 84, because there's some big crocodiles that are going to eat you. There's a quest on this guy to get a mount at the end after you complete the course. It is a little bit challenging, so don't forget to get to level 80 first, and make sure you got your wits about you for that. These training dummies, somebody's training now. These are good for getting your rotation right on your class, or just your practice for DPS rotation and all that stuff. First thing I want to talk about is the PvP titles. So there's Alliance Fender and Horde Fender. All you have to do for this is right click PvP titles, and you can get PvP titles depending on how many honourable kills you have. I only have 206 on this, so I can only get the first title. The requirement is all at the side of everyone. If you have a total of 15,000 kills, for instance, you can get Lieutenant Commander. But because you've got this amount of kills, you can left click on all of these and get all those titles added. Once the titles are added, you can press C to go to your character screen, or click it here, and it will be under titles here. I have quite a few already. Next thing to talk about is the profession booster. So 450 maniac points each main profession, 400 points for secondary professions. Next is a instant level booster for 200, 300 and 400 maniac points, level 50, 60 and 70. This guy is a XP rate vendor. So Blizz-like is at 1 times, server default is 2 times, VIP is 4 and 6. This guy here is a healing vendor. These scale with your character level, so if you purchase them at level 1, they'll be at item level 1 and they'll require level 1. But as you level up, they will level up with your character. There's weapons, chests, shoulders. Some of these increase your experience that you get from kills and quests. So make sure you check those out if you're leveling alts. This is where you can buy maniac points for gold. That's usually interesting and very useful if you have a lot of gold from farming that you don't need, so you can always get maniac points. Next thing to touch on is transmog. So this is a big topic with a lot of people, and this just changes the visual of what your character items look like. So if I just take, for instance, my head and chest, this is what they This is what they should look like if I was to have my mage shot on. But I've made them look like this. So the way that you do this is 2 ways. You can either have the items in your bag and you speak to this guy in the middle. You click on the head or shoulders or whatever piece, and you find the item that you have in your bag. You click on it and it costs you 5 maniac points per item to change it into the transmog visual that you want. After you have everything that you wanted to save, so you've done all your items and you've got your character looking how you want it, make sure you go to manage sets, save set, scroll down and save set again. It gives you a cost of gold. Click accept, name your set, and then make sure you click accept here with a left click of the mouse button. If you try to enter this and then click enter on your keyboard, it won't save the set. So just make sure you click accept to make sure it saves properly. If you ever lose your transmog, or you want to change between 2 sets of transmogs, you can just come back here, you speak to this guy, scroll down to manage sets, and then you click on whichever set you want, and then scroll down and use that set, and it'll put your set of transmog back on. This guy has some visual transmog looks. So some of these are trinkets, some of them are just items. This, for instance, will change you into an iron dwarf. This one will change you into an ogre. You can also get some trinkets like this one. Go wild in a bubble, turns you into a monkey in a sphere. So they're pretty cool. This guy here, this is for people that want a specific item but they don't have the item in their bag. So if you go to head, you go to epic for instance, you go to the end, you can get the Jewel of the Fire Lord. You can hold Alt and left click to see what this looks like, and if you want this as your headpiece, you can right click it and it costs a transmog token to purchase this. Bear in mind this item will not go into your bag and it'll just be straight transmog to your character. So after you buy the items that you want from transmog tokens, make sure you go here and you save that set so that you don't have to purchase them again. This person here sells sets, class sets, so depending on your class you can go to your set and you can have a look at the different sets that you can buy. Some of these look absolutely amazing. I would highly suggest checking them out. This person has some offset pieces like boots and belt that don't cover in the sets. It does also have a Firelord set that you can check out. This person has some random items as well to transmog, some of them being sets, some of them not. This guy is your class set vendor, which are not set to specific classes, but some of them do look the same, but they also can look really cool depending on what class you want to go for. Artifacts and glyphs vendor, so this has got your weapon transmogs, offhands, main hands, bows, guns, whatever you want. There is also some added bonuses for appearance on different druid forms, so these use glyphs and you can check these out. There is some pretty amazing ones here. I have one for my bear for tanking. This is the weapon transmog guy, so you can click here, 2 transmog tokens per weapon. You can also go back to it and you can go to the weapon sets. So mage set for instance, I can have a look at the sets that he has. If I click into a set that's not for my class like warriors or paladins, it will just come up empty, so make sure you pick the right class. These are Horde city portals. Over the opposite side is alliance portals. In each of these towers, the Horde side and alliance sides, there is a portal up the top here to get the Caverns of Time also, so make sure you check that out as well if you need to travel to Tanaris area. It's a fast way of getting there. This guy is a reagent vendor, so any reagents that you might need, you can come here and get those. This vendor is pretty interesting for mages. It has polymorph black cat, so instead of just changing your polymorphs into a sheep, you can change them into a black cat. It also has the Tome of Dalaran Intellect and Brilliance, so this just changes the visual look of your Arcane Intellect and Arcane Brilliance to Dalaran Brilliance and Dalaran Intellect. These guys are tier set raid vendors, so you can use these for transmogs also. So the higher ones will cost you more maniac points, 200 a set, and the lower ones will cost you only 125 a set. So you can check these out on the website or on Google search what each set looks like, and you can purchase a set, get the items into your bag, and use 5 maniac points each item to transmog a full set if you wanted to. These guys are just a vendors for water and food. This shady primo dealer, this guy for primordials that you can get from raids, mainly 25 and 25 heroic. After you get Shadowmourne, if you're on a warrior, paladin or DK and you don't know what to use them for, you can use them for these mounts. They are pretty cool. I have a few of these myself. These guys in here have also got mounts. These are for maniac points, fly-in mounts for 300 maniac points each, some ground mounts for 300 maniac points each, and some ground mounts for 200 maniac points each. There's a Jeeves up here. You can repair at him, or if you're an engineer you can access your bank. He also has reagents and stuff you can use. These guys here, this is a PvP mounts dealer. So if you're into PvP, you can get PvP tokens from arenas and battlegrounds. You can also change 2 PvP tokens into a maniac point to get more of those, or you can change 100 of them into a transmog token if you're after one specific piece that you can't get the item for because it's hard to get. So you can change these into them. There is also class specific mounts, PvP mounts, that you can get from this guy. So the ones on the mage is an arcane flying disc, a fire flying disc, and a frost flying disc, and these will change depending on your class. These guys here are arena sets, tier 7, tier 6 and tier 5. This guy here is a maniac points vendor for Relentless Gladiator set. You'll purchase these if you want to do PvP. There's also some weapons, trinkets and stuff that you can purchase, and you can build them up to Wrathful in Arena. This next guy, George Maniac, he has vote rewards. So I did a video about how to vote, and you'll get vote tokens, and this is what you can use your vote tokens on. So you can get raid markers for if you raid, you can get some cool mounts, or you can change them to Maniac points. I just want to touch as well on this. If you vote enough, and if you vote every day in a week, it won't take you long to get 250 or 500. And these are two of the very rare mounts in game that you have to go to dungeons to get, and they have a very low drop rate. So it's very worthwhile voting and getting these this way, rather than trying to farm them. This guy here is a VIP rewards vendor. So I spoke a little bit about VIP and how that helps in my tutorial for how to get started in WoW-Mania. Each time you get VIP, you'll get a mail and you'll get a VIP token as a token of appreciation. You can use these to buy a Maniac bag, which will have 25 Maniac points in, or you can save them to get mounts later on. Some of these are also pretty cool. I have some of these, and I'm still building up more VIP tokens to get some more. This last guy, he has loads of pets that you can get for Maniac points, as well as some fun items, like you can get a ogre pinata, an imp in a wall, a fishing chair, a disco for everybody to dance at. You can also change 5 of these into an emblem of frost to help you get in tier 10 gear for raiding. You can also change 1 to 1 for triumph points to get tier 9 for raiding, or you can even use them to get your PvP gear also. As mentioned before, Alliance portals this side. There's a portal to Caverns of Time over there. There is another added thing from the devs, which I think is really cool and saves a lot of time and messing around. All of the mounts that you buy down here, a lot of them are showcased, like this guy sat on this wall here. You come up this elevator, there's 3 of these. There's one Alliance side, one Horde side over there, and there's one on the entrance to the mall just outside, up some in between some trees. So this does showcase quite a lot of the mounts that you can get downstairs. There's this platform full of them. There's another platform below me full of mounts that you can get. This is my mount, look. Oh, one other thing to notice as well. My mount is bigger than this one here. And if you would pick a gnome to play on, gnome mounts in WoW are just bigger than everybody else's mounts. So we're the smallest guys, but we get the biggest mounts. So that's kind of cool. There's a platform over here with loads of mounts on it, and there's also another platform under here with loads of showcase mounts on. So if you look downstairs, see this Fellfire Hawk, for instance. If you wanted to know what this guy looks like, but you've only come down here, you can come down here, check, go to the Shady Vendor. You can choose the Firehawk, which is there. So if you wanted to know what this looks like, you can either check on the website, the Discord, or you can just go upstairs and check what he looks like up there. So that's why I like the showcases. You can always look for what you're purchasing and check out a visual of what it looks like before you waste your points. That's about it for the mall for now. There is the death run that I talked about at the start. It's like an obstacle course. There is also a video for that, so I'm not going to touch too much onto that. If you want to know about that, you can watch that video later. There will be a quest on this guy for you to do that I have already done, and all that'll do is when you complete the obstacle course, you'll meet him upstairs and you'll get a little mount for doing that. So that's it from me for this video. I hope you enjoy the content, and everybody have a nice day.